The new GLA 35 4MATIC has the agile high-torque 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine that delivers 306 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque, which is variably distributed to all four wheels via the 8-speed dual-clutch transmission in the all-wheel drive. Acceleration from 0 to 100 km/h happens in just 5.1 seconds. The variable AMG Performance 4MATIC combines the best possible traction with plenty of driving enjoyment. The torque distribution is infinitely variable to suit the dynamic handling requirements. The spectrum ranges from front-wheel drive only to a 50-50% distribution to the front and rear axles. A multi-disc clutch integrated into the rear axle differential is responsible for variable torque distribution between the front and rear axles. It is controlled electromechanically. The influencing factors for torque distribution are not only the driving speed, the lateral and longitudinal acceleration and the steering angle, but also the difference in rotational speed between the individual wheels, the gear selection and the accelerator position. The optional AMG Performance steering wheel and accompanying AMG steering wheel buttons are visibly and tangibly configured for performance. The material is extremely grippy, and like the 12 o'clock marking is reminiscent of motorsport features. The steering wheel buttons allow fast and confident operation of specific dynamic functions, for a focused and performance-oriented driving style. The optional, Personal Racing Engineer AMG Track Pace, is integrated into the MBUX multimedia system for the specific analysis and improvement of driving skills. This is assisted by the satellite-based GPS positioning system, and data such as lateral and longitudinal acceleration, accelerator and brake pedal position, or steering angle. All the values are clearly laid out and can be read off directly in the vehicle. The new GLA 35 4MATIC comes with AMG Dynamics. This integrated dynamic handling control system extends the stabilizing functions of ESP, with agility-enhancing interventions according to the driver's wishes. During dynamic cornering, for example, imperceptible braking intervention at the rear, inside wheel creates a defined yawing moment about the vertical axis. The effect: the GLA 35 4MATIC steers immediately and very precisely. The AMG suspension is tuned for high cornering speeds with a low tendency to roll. This allows the dynamic potential of the GLA 35 to be fully realized. The high reserves at the critical limits guarantee sheer driving pleasure, while the vehicle remains safe and predictable at all times. A McPherson suspension strut construction is fitted on the front axle. Suspension is taken care of by one transverse control arm below the wheel center, one suspension strut and one tie rod respectively. The special axle geometry reduces torque steer, for high comfort and agile handling. The aluminium transverse control arm reduces the unsprung masses, allowing a more sensitive response from the springs. The AMG-specific front steering knuckle has a radially bolted brake caliper, a technology originating from motorsport. The 4-link rear axle is connected rigidly with the body via a rear axle carrier. 3 transverse control arms and a trailing arm are used at each rear wheel, a combination that ensures maximum driving stability and agility. The high-performance brake system ensures fade-resistant deceleration and short braking distances. The front axle is fitted with 4-piston monoblock fixed calipers and 350mm brake discs, the rear axle with 1-piston sliding calipers and 330mm brake discs. The discs are internally ventilated and perforated to better dissipate heat and prevent brake fading, even with extreme use. The AMG exhaust system confirms the sporty character of the new model. Depending on the choice of driving mode, the sound signature ranges from emotive and Sport Plus, to discreet and Comfort or Sport. The sound characteristics are controlled by an exhaust gas flap, depending on engine speed and load. The speed-sensitive, electromechanical power steering supports a sporty driving style, with its direct turn-in ability. It has a special rack with a variable transmission ratio, and 2 characteristic curves. Depending on which drive mode the driver has selected, it provides taut and sporty, or more comfortable steering feedback. The steering servo assistance is reduced at high speeds, and continuously increases at lower speeds. This means that comparatively little steering force is required at low speeds, while the best possible control over the vehicle is maintained at high speeds.